Oh hey the lads, my name is Lassie, and in today's video I would like to run down through the community sentiment towards Battlefield 2042 and how different moderation teams are tackling the ever-growing negativity surrounding this game's rocky launch. If you go on to enjoy today's video, a sub to the channel would be amazing, thank you. Just over a week ago, the fully independent moderation team managing the Battlefield 2042 subreddit page published a very short post addressing the ever-growing toxicity levels in the Battlefield community. What was intended to be a wake-up call for many users on the subreddit page turned into the complete opposite, as the post received thousands of comments, very few of which were flattering to the moderators. The backlash exploded in the moderators' faces, resulting in much more toxic behavior towards them and developers working on the game. Other Battlefield 2042 subreddits were even created, such as r/Better Battlefield 2042, which is almost exclusively sharing negative posts. On the flip side, r/Low Sodium 2042 was also established on Reddit and aims to be constructive by sharing feedback and reporting issues formally. Both pages are significantly smaller in user base compared to Battlefield 2042, so neither quite have as much attention. The moderators stated in the original post that the community has three options. If toxicity goes down, they will leave the subreddit open without further restrictions. If things stay at their current levels, they would begin locking threads early on a majority of posts, and if toxicity increases, they would completely lock down the subreddit for a period of time. Now, this initial moderator post was pretty cutthroat, hence the immediate reaction from the community. Thankfully, a follow-up post was made 2 days later, and it really did clarify things for most people. Most notably, and something I think I and you lads would understand, is that the moderation team weren't going to and wouldn't shut down the subreddit because the community were simply unhappy with the state of Battlefield 2042. On the contrary, restrictions would only be put in place if the specific targeted hate continued. Threats or insults sent to moderators, who at the end of the day are just like you and I. None of us work for EA or DICE, we're all just fans trying to enjoy this game to some varying capacity. I think that can sometimes be lost in communication. All of the moderators are actually volunteers trying to make something out of a pretty shocking video game launch. They aren't actually affiliated with or paid by EA. I think that clarification is very important going forward. I've also been told certain DICE developers and Ripple Effect developers received some extremely hurtful comments too, which is just unacceptable. It was because of these specific comments the moderation team felt like they needed to shut things down. Not because people were unhappy with the game itself, it's an important distinction. I mean, I'm unhappy with the game. I think it has a long way to go before it's something I'd recommend buying, but I'm not going to take my frustrations out on one of the poor Reddit mods or a level designer at DICE. That just doesn't make sense. Realistically, the issues come from way above at EA and DICE and is way out of the hands of the people that do most of the work. From what I understand, the second post made here cleared things up for many users on Reddit, but unfortunately mainstream media picked up the first post because they knew it would get more clicks. Angry gamers sell better headlines. As of right now, from what I can tell, a lot of the posts are being kept on the Reddit page, though I'm sure the mods are having a tough time combating some of the more extreme hate messages. A somewhat similar situation seems to be brewing over on the official Battlefield Discord server. Again, it's completely run by community moderators who volunteer their time to make the most out of this game's launch. However, this is actively advertised and used by actual developers and EA spokespeople, so things can certainly seem more official than they actually may be. One of the server admins put out a pretty lengthy post the other day, again addressing similar concerns to those found on Reddit, but I've been told the two are completely separate teams that intended on doing things themselves regardless of the other. With that said, the messaging is very similar. No extreme negativity, no threats or insults, that sort of thing. However, complaining and general frustration is welcome as always. The admin notes that if users have feedback to share, that they should do so in a civil manner. Now, for me, I personally think being able to speak your mind is very important. The game has launched in a very poor state, and many players feel as though it isn't what was advertised. Players feel ripped off after spending upwards of $120 on this thing, so yeah, people should be allowed to vent that frustration. However, I do also agree that there is a limit to this anger. Going after specific people with threats or genuinely hurtful language isn't acceptable. It's not them being a snowflake or being sensitive. If somebody threatens to hurt you because of a video game you helped work on is bad, well, that person absolutely needs to check themselves. So I'm with the moderators in most of these cases. Though hate like this, well, simply put, it isn't just players being negative for no good reason. Players feel this way because the product we've received isn't good enough, and again, to many, it isn't what was advertised. I do really think that's an important note to make. Here, look at this spectrum. This is how I sometimes envision the Battlefield community. On one end, you've got the most angry, hurtful, frustrated players that send threats to developers and genuinely want to hurt people. On the other end, you have players that enjoy the game for what it is, but wrongfully dismiss the haters by calling them whiners that are greedy or self-entitled, and they just praise EA and DICE regardless of anything. Look, there's truth to both sides of this spectrum, and that's my point, the entire point of this video. I think we should aim to be somewhere in the middle. Enjoy the game for what it is, but recognize all of the other variables at play here. Working from home, upper management, the ambitious nature of this game, the less than optimal development schedule, key players in development leaving DICE left, right and center throughout development. I'm not saying we should all smile, enjoy the game and be thankful to EA for giving us something. No, I mean, does Nick Cage look happy in that photo? It's a more, yeah, this is okay, but good God, I hope it improves soon sort of face. To me, both extremes of this spectrum are harmful to game development. Without criticism, things wouldn't improve, but too much, and developers lose confidence to even bother. Not to mention, it tears gaming communities apart, something that is happening right in front of us right now with Battlefield. But like always, let me know what you think of this down below in the comment section. What's your take on everything? Are you enjoying the game for what it is, or have you moved on? And how do you feel about community-run services like Reddit or Discord? Should everything be official? Please, I'd really genuinely like to know what you lads are thinking about all of this in the comments. If you enjoyed today's video, please consider subscribing to the channel. It helps me out a lot and just really pushes my videos out there. Until the next one though, thank you for watching, and I'll see you lads later.